All right, here we are. And Rex too.
Yeah, Rex is here. Yeah,
Is he being a good boy?
we'll find out. I mean, he's Rex. So
All righty. Well,
it's
welcome everybody to another episode of Hobby CNC with Dave. Hope everybody's doing well. I was telling Paul a little bit ago, it's been almost 70 the last couple of days. So
nice.
been pretty nice. I was peeling around in the garage today trying to find a horizontal surface big enough to do, to do what I needed to do. I think I about got one cleaned off. And then I've been doing some educating myself,
Oh yeah, on what?
watching Design Spark material or mechanical tutorials and learning how to
One's
do
done
some
by
new.
one's done by a Dave Gatton.
No, those ones I did several of them, but that was about 3 years ago, and that was with the version 5, which was a free version, and that's why I had a lot of people back when I used to do the coffee sessions. Every once in a while, I'd get people go, well, "How do you do this?" And you end up I try to show some of it during the coffee sessions, and then I'd also thought, well, I might as well just do some tutorials. But yeah, that's I guess some of that stuff is still relevant, but I'm on version 6 now, and of course, it's the creator version, which is the 11.99 a month subscription that I have. But I got to say, I really like that stuff. I really do. Um, and now I'm really starting to dig deeper into it and learn some stuff. I don't know if I'll ever know it as well as I used to know SolidWorks, uh, but if I can get half as good with Design Spark as I used to be with SolidWorks, I'll be happy. So anyway, Paul, what you know good, buddy?
Hey, like like I was telling you before we came online here, I gotta lead the most boring life in Michigan because I don't get anything done anymore. I uh, I started out with good intentions and then it's like squirrel, and that's as far as I get. I'm gonna have to. I think part of it is my body still thinks it's wintertime, and I don't like wintertime,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Well, I think
so
it's technically it still is winter, right?
Yeah,
yep, yep. So I think when spring gets here, it's still flannel shirt weather here in Michigan. It's now today it did get up to about 50, 49 or 50. So
Yeah.
it's starting to creep up there.
Have you got your stove? Is it melting?
Oh yeah, it's like today it was up around 49 or 50 and it rained all day. So that got rid of a lot of the snow. It's
Okay. All right. Well, spring's right around the corner, and
yep. And I do start out with good intentions, so at least I've got that.
yeah, yeah.
You,
Well,
you know, you were talking about Design Spark Mechanical. In a way, design software is kind of like battery powered tools. You got to figure out which one you're going to buy into. And if you're going to do Design Spark Mechanical, then that's what you got to do and that's what you got to learn. If
yeah,
you're going to do Tinkercad, then you really need to just concentrate with Tinkercad or with Fusion 360 because they're all just enough different to where it's hard to be a master of all of them.
yeah. Well, I don't really know. Was it Bob Wood that turned me on to Design Spark Mechanical? I can't remember where I ran across it. it might have been him, or maybe he just knew of it. Uh, I don't remember, but when I however I found it, when I downloaded the thing and started playing around with it, I really liked it, and I thought, well, I think I can learn this, and I need to try to wean myself off of SolidWorks because SolidWorks is super expensive for a seat of that, and I'd used that. Of course, I wasn't buying it; I'd used it where I worked, and that's how I learned it so well because every place I worked used it. Uh, and then I got an old computer from that they were going to throw out at work. Well, it had SolidWorks on it, but it wasn't like the good full blown version. It was kind of like a I don't know. It just didn't have a lot of the stuff I was used to. But it was still nice to draw in that. But then when I thought, well, sooner or later this whole and that computer had oh Lord, I'm drawing a blank. Name off some of the Windows operating systems.
XP
No,
2000,
Vista
2007.
the real
7,
oddball one.
Vista.
Vista. That's what it was. At least I think that's what it was. Anyway, it had one of those weird operating systems, and I thought, when that thing dies, I'm not going to have any way to draw and create drawings and stuff like that. So I thought, well, I got to try to wean myself off of SolidWorks. So that's when I started playing around with Design Spark Mechanical, and it's like anything else. I knew enough to be dangerous, but if you don't use it all the time, you don't learn stuff, or if you do learn it, you forget if you're not using it. So I'm really digging into it and learning how to do some stuff that I knew how to do easy in SolidWorks, but I don't know how to do it in Design Spark. So I'm watching some tutorials and looking at their online stuff and um, learned a couple of cool things today that's going to come in real handy on the stuff I'm working on. So um, pretty excited to have for this old dog to learn a couple of new tricks today. So now, if I can just not forget them when I sleep tonight, I'll be doing good. But since
Well,
we're talking about
it's not
Design
really,
Spark Mechanical, is there anybody? We got 18 folks out there. Looks like. Is there anybody out there in the chat that uses that, or am I the lone wolf around here that uses that stuff? I know there were some people that, 'cause like I said, back about 3 years ago when I did some tutorials on version 5, which at the time was a free version, uh, there were some people that were downloading it and trying to learn it because they kept asking me stuff, and that's why I did some of the tutorials. But I don't know if uh, I doubt that they're still doing that because when they went from version 5 to version 6, they went to the subscription. Well, they still got a free one, but I ended up getting a subscription to the creator model because the free one, you just couldn't do much of anything. I mean,
yeah, that's what I found when I tried to use it.
yeah,
I couldn't even figure out how to use it for free.
you can't create drawings and stuff like that. You kind of think you can't import a DXF or step file or something. It's all it's free, so it is what it is. But when you step up to the creator subscription, which, like I said, I think it's about 14 or 15 bucks a month now. Mine is still at uh, 11.99 because I got it, and I guess as long as I don't quit, it'll stay at 11.99. I hope anyway. But I can import step files, DXF files. I can also create drawings, which is real handy. Print out, do a drawing, print it out, put dimensions on it, hole sizes, and XY coordinates, and all that kind of stuff. So really makes it nice. There's only one thing I wish I could do with it that I can't do is I wish that I could put two copies, one here and one out in the shop, and they don't do that. So I have it, I just have it in here. So that's why it's handy for me to be able to create drawings and then print them out and take the drawing to the shop. Um, but I see stuff scrolling by here. I don't see anybody talking about using Design Spark. So I
No,
guess I'm the
no,
only
Harry,
one.
I've tried OnShape. I haven't messed with it in like 2 months though. And it's interesting. I mean, it seems to be a Fusion equivalent. The downside to the free version of that is that none of your files are yours; they're all public. Which I don't think it seems like it'd be pretty difficult to go find somebody's model, but it's public. It's not a private thing. Ow, ow, ow. You got me.
Them puppy teeth are pointy, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. He's rambunctious. And then, but then, what I found was interesting though is that they called me, and not because I'm a YouTube person. They called me because I signed up for the free version, and they were asking me how I liked it and stuff, um, and about they end up putting me into a free trial of their professional version. But I haven't been back into it to look at it since then. But the free trial of the professional version is probably up by now.
Yeah.
It's all right. Gentle.
Yeah, it looks like we have some OnShape users, some OpenSCAD. Harry uses OpenSCAD, I guess is how you say that. And a lot of
Yeah,
Fusion
I
360
mainly
users.
use.
I'm not a fan of any Autodesk product. AutoCAD Inventor, Fusion 360, what I just don't like their products. And I guess it's because I use SolidWorks so much. SolidWorks to me is way better, but you know, there's some people that like uh, AutoCAD or Autodesk or whatever, those products by them, and then there's folks that like the SolidWorks. So, but anyhow, I would do some more tutorials. Not right now, but as I learn more stuff, I wouldn't mind doing some updated ones. But if I felt like it could help somebody, but uh, maybe we'll play around with it one night on the show here. I'll draw some simple stuff and uh, show what little I know. Shouldn't take that long to show everything I know. So, but but one thing I do like about the subscription thing, like I said, I'm now able to import step files, which is really important because you know I always say this: the first rule of CAD is never draw the same thing twice. That's Dave's rule anyway. I don't know whether it's technically the rule or not, but always been my rule. Never draw the same thing twice. So with step files, you can go to McMaster Car and get an M6 by 1 by 40 millimeter long socket head cap screw, and whether you buy it or not, you can download the step file. You can buy SolidWorks file. They have the files available in a lot of different formats, and not just hardware, but like what was that thing I got the other day? It was like a pillow block type thing. Um, you know, and any of that stuff, when you bring it into Design Spark Mechanical as a step file, and then you resave it, it'll save it as the Design Spark native format, which is RSDOC, I think, something like that. Uh, and then you just got it from now on. So saves you a ton of time. And there's also GrabCAD where you can go and get step files. There's another one I can't think of off the top of my head, but yeah, any of that stuff, because I mean, just think about how long I mean, even if you're good at it, it's going to take you a few minutes to draw a bolt or something, especially if you're going to put threads on it. But no need to do that. Somebody's already done it. Just go get it. So saves you a ton of time. Let's see. Let's go ask y'all something else too. I'm gonna start with Paul, I guess, and um,
JJ says that it looks like SolidWorks got it for $24 a year.
yeah, but isn't that if you're like uh, not using it, just for personal use? Isn't that what it is?
Well, that's all you're going to be using it for.
Yeah.
Now, usually when I draw stuff, if I'm gonna draw a whole bunch of stuff, I'm usually gonna try to figure out a way to sell it somehow. But
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a maker version.
that's a
So,
maker version. Okay. Yeah. I just never have looked. I guess it's because I was so spoiled because when I worked for those companies that use SolidWorks, they had plenty of money, so they would buy 3 or 4 seats of it, because there would be me and 2 or 3 other engineer people in there drawing, 3D modeling all day with that. And you when you get what they've got, it's got all the bells and whistles. So
Yeah.
I would probably be spoiled, getting something for $24 and then find out that, yeah, that's why it's $24. It doesn't have near the stuff as what I'm used to. And it would be, to me, it would be a waste because I would want to know how to I would want to do the other stuff because I already know how to do it. And then I wouldn't be able to do it because it was a lighter version. So, but I'm gonna stick with Design Spark Mechanical. It seems to be. I check every now and then. In fact, I just checked the other day for a new version, and I'm still on the current version. So they're not they're not one to change it real often, I guess. Where SolidWorks, they had a new version come out every year. Um, Sometimes they would improve it, and other times they just change stuff just for the sake of changing stuff, and I hate that when they do that. But anyway, yeah, I think it's been. I'm trying to think how long I've had that Design Spark Mechanical.
oh, you've had it a few years.
Let's see when I.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like I first bought it January of 2024, so I've had it over 2 years. So, but mine's all set up to.
Of course, you had the free version for a year or two before that, didn't you?
Yeah, the version 5 I used probably a year or so before that. Of course, the thing was when they went to version 6, even I kept thinking, well, I'm not going to get that. I'll just keep using version 5. Well, after a little while, they cut it off. I don't know how they do it, but they got it where it wouldn't work. So it was useless. So, but yeah, I've been real happy with. I knew I had that about 2 years. So I'm really happy with it, especially today because I learned a couple of new things. So I'm really happy with it. Let's see. Let me check the comments here. I showed this a while ago. Barbara was in the house. She's probably done gone now. On this gentleman. She don't watch this show every Wednesday.
Not enough.
Let's see. Yeah, maker version of SolidWorks. Okay. Here he says some of the bathroom fixture makers like Kohler have files. These days, people want to see a 3D render of their new kitchens, and those files
Oh,
help.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I think I know
Carver,
McMaster-Carr is a big one. There's oh, she's still here. She says, uh, yeah, McMaster-Carr has had that for, and McMaster-Carr, you go shop on there, they've got a gazillion things. They must have a staff full time that doesn't do anything but model up in SolidWorks and then saves it as a step file and all that, because they don't have everything. You can't get every little thing, but like if you're doing something with pipe, you can get different lengths of pipe. Um, I mean, just fittings, all kinds of stuff from them. But I love it because you can get the hardware and stuff. You don't have to spend time drawing screws and bolts and nuts and all that kind of stuff. So it makes it.
Yeah.
Hey, there's one of my channel members right there. Looky there.
There's Mr. Sean.
I think he's been a channel member longer than anybody. I believe he might be the only one I have left. I haven't even checked. I haven't checked lately. You might be the lone one, Sean. And I appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. Well, here's what I was going to ask Paul. Uh, y'all out there in the chat can put in your 2 cents worth too. But Paul, when you get rambunctious and decide you want to get on YouTube and watch your favorite CNC router content, who do you watch?
that's a tough one because usually I don't watch a certain person so much as I'll watch a procedure or a way of doing something. Um,
Okay, so instead of a favorite YouTuber, like if you want to learn how to do, VCarve something,
yeah,
put that in the search, and then just whoever comes up that's showing how to do that,
yep.
that's that's what you would watch. Well, that makes sense, I guess. What about you, Rex? Who do you watch?
He's chewing me up. Uh, I it, Overall, my favorite CNC woodworker is probably our buddy Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah.
But he doesn't put out videos very often anymore.
Well, he's kind of changed gears.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually seen the ads on Facebook for his newest venture,
Yeah, yeah. I see him all the time too.
which is cncfiles.com, which is going to be a marketplace for CNC files. So it's kind of like Etsy, but it's just for CNC stuff. Um, but yeah, it just seems I watch so much YouTube for the Saturday night show that I don't know who. Well, there's not a whole lot of people that do it regularly. Probably Ryan Japella over there cutting it close is the most regular person that shows CNC stuff at this point that I am keenly aware of. But I mean, there's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, and I found myself watching rather than watching a YouTuber that's got a CNC and he's running, like there for a while, I was, when I was into the cutting board phase, I was watching Broen Wood and uh, what's the other guy, Two Moose Design, and well, pretty much anybody that I ran across that was doing in-grain cutting boards. So there's that. But then one of my favorite things to watch as far as CNC content isn't somebody running their CNC making something. It's somebody that's either designing and building their own DIY CNC, or somebody that got an old router of inner brand name here, uh, or maybe bought a CNC mill that's somebody had used it up and set it outside, and they pick it up for a few bucks and take it home, and then try to
retrofit it and stuff.
yeah, retrofit it with, like that Travis Mitchell. He's retrofit a bunch of them with the Masso, which I really enjoy his videos. But it seems like every time I get to watching somebody where I'm like binge watching their stuff, it's like, well, wait a minute, now they quit putting out videos. So he hadn't put one out in a while. So I don't know what's up with, or he's put some stuff, but he's into something else now. Uh, but but there's a new guy. I think I told you about him the other day, Ryan. His channel is Watch Wes Work, and I mean this guy is fantastic. He did the other day. He did, I think it was a Ford Ranger 5-speed manual transmission. He took that thing apart, put it all back together. I mean, the guy can fix anything, but he's also bought, some old CNC mills. He bought two. Let's see, what were they? Were they a Haas, or that doesn't sound right? It seemed like they were something else. They might have been a Haas. I don't know. But anyway, he bought two of them, a VM1 and a VM10, so they were different versions of a few years apart. But I enjoy watching people taking something that don't work and figuring out how to get it to work. Replacing parts, and if parts aren't available, making the part, some way to get it going. So that's my thing. I love watching that. Probably to me, and maybe it's because I've been doing CNC stuff for a long time, but to me, it's kind of boring if you watch a 3D carve or something, because they usually take so long they have to speed it up 16 times or something like that, and it's cool looking, but after you've seen it a few dozen times, it's not that cool to me. But
I'm really good at taking something that doesn't work and making it work even less.
all right, well, that's why I'm subscribed to you. Yeah, that's why I watch you, bud.
Don't you can't eat the circuit board, you doofus.
Let's see. Rob says he does the same thing as you, Paul. Watch for the subject matter rather than the user. Yeah. Harry says CNC at home has interesting projects and techniques. He has all the toys.
Yeah, he's an
Just
interesting guy to
mostly
watch.
laser. Okay. CNC at home.
Yep.
I don't know. How would I not know that one? That one just not ringing a bell, but maybe if I go look it up, when I see who it is, I may have watched him before, but let's see. DREZ 20,001 has interesting projects. He is currently running a Gatton. Okay. I'll have to check that one out because I do like to see an old Gatton CNC chugging along. Let me write that one
I
down.
I did like to watch our friend Rob Schuster because the stuff he would come up with and the way he'd do it out on a spreadsheet, and then it was like magic making the whole
That
thing work.
that guy is amazing.
Yeah.
He's and you know something I was doing today is and it turns out I thought I was subscribed to somebody and I wasn't, but I thought I had already subscribed to that Watch Wes work, the guy I was just telling you about. And I went to look on my list of subscriptions and I couldn't find it. So that, and I'm, of course, I'm doing it on the TV. So then I started scrolling down, and they're not in any kind of order. You know, they're not in alphabetical order on the TV thing. And I had to go all the way down the list. And as I was going down the list, I'm like, oh, I don't watch them anymore. Let me go ahead and unsubscribe. And because I have different phases where when I get going down a rabbit hole, I'm watching everything everybody, somebody does. I'll subscribe to them. And then once I'm over that phase,
Squirrel.
yeah, they don't pop up in my feed anymore and I don't watch them. And then years later, I'll see that I'm still subscribed and I'm like, I haven't watched them in years and they haven't even put out a video in 2 or 3 years. So, but yeah, I have a lot like Rob. I have Braxton Worflin. I'm still subscribed to him.
Yeah.
Um,
Patrick Curtis.
yeah. I just can't bring myself to unsubscribe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree.
I know there's not going to be any new content, but I just can't bring myself to unsubscribe to some of those. So, uh, all right. I tell you what, we are. Yeah, I'm going to check out that guy here he's talking about. I want to see a Gatton CNC run. You don't see that many of them on YouTube because they're so many of the folks that were I'm going to call them the original Gattoneers. They have now graduated to alt mills and avids and stuff like that. And the people that they pass on their Gatton CNCs to, they're not YouTubers, so you don't see as many as you used to. So I'll have to check that guy out. But anyway, got a little short video clip I'm going to show you. It's about a minute and 25 seconds here. We were talking about the auto spin
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
the other day, and I'm still undecided. I'm kind of leaning now where I don't think I will get one. I'll wait and let Ryan get one. He can. He
Well,
can.
I was gonna get yours after you were done with it.
Ryan Ryan will wait till there's one on Marketplace.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't work.
All right. Well, let me share this, and we'll go ahead and maximize this. This is a little video that my good friend Landis Stute sent to me, and as you can see, he's got an auto spin, and he has added it to his GarageWorks CNC, which I don't see many of those anymore either. So let me. He's got some audio in here where he's talking, so I'm just going to let it play. It's only about a minute and a half, so.
I can't hear it.
No.
Landis is talking about the PWM duty cycle. Voltages. Oh, he's got it running on Mach 3. That's pretty cool. Or is that Mach 4? That's pretty neat.
Can you hear Landis okay?
No, I can't hear a word.
Nope, can't hear him at all.
Okay. I've got it turned up as loud as I can get it, but he's pretty soft spoken, so I'll go over what he's talking about when it's over here.
Is that Mach 3 or Mach 4?
Okay, now what he was talking about at one point, he's saying that it starts out, it's got the two cables. One's the power cable and the other one is for the PWM. And then he says that the way the thing works, and I guess he wasn't crazy about it, is that it starts at like 30% is the minimum, and the maximum, of course, will go all the way up. So, but I'm guessing that they have it set that way because they don't want you to run it too slow, because it is an air cooled device. So just like an air cooled spindle, you need a certain amount of RPM to keep it cool. So I'm assuming that's why I think he says it starts.
Yeah, I think it starts at like it's either 8 or 10,000 RPMs. Hey, get away from there.
Yeah, it looks like it goes from 30% to 90%. Yeah, he's got it all controlled through Mach 3.
That's cool.
So if anybody out there is thinking about getting an auto spin and they're using Mach 3 and want to know if it works, yep. Yeah. All right. So that's a little video Landis sent me. Thought you might enjoy seeing that auto spin. I don't know if he's had a chance to cut anything with it yet. I asked him. I guess he'll let me know what he thinks of it.
Bill got his installed as well.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. Earl says his Gatton is still running, but he's not much into doing videos. I hear you. That's takes all the fun out of it when you're trying to shoot a video doing stuff. Got his auto spin installed. Quiet as a spindle. I'm so impressed. Okay. Speed is adjustable before the job starts. I'm running G-Sender. Now, can you adjust it on the fly, or do you have to? Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Ken is showing up here. How you doing, Ken? All right. Well, that's what we know about the auto spin so far. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about getting one, but I think I've talked myself out of it now. I just, and I think one of the things that, Bill's confirming you can speed it up on the fly or slow it down or whatever. All right, good deal. Yeah, one of the videos that I was watching, I don't know, just something about it. I keep thinking, well, I've got two or three DeWalt 611s. I've got a Makita. I've even got an old Porter Cable 450, which you can't even get those anymore. But it's basically just like a DeWalt 611, except it doesn't have the variable speed. It's just the all or nothing when you turning it on. But I've got so many of those little trim routers that I'm like, I probably don't need to buy one of those. Although it would be kind of cool having it hooked up and being able to control it like that. I just don't think I'm going to go that route. I think I'll go a different way if I get ready to do something. But anyway, I have been keeping an eye on the counter, the people counter,
Yeah.
because I was thinking if we get up to at least 25 people, I would do a giveaway.
Oh man, I better sign on to another one.
I haven't. Well, we hit 25. Well, now it's down to
Now we're
22. See,
22.
it keeps fluctuating. So, yeah, I was going to do a giveaway for a gift certificate to Cadence Manufacturing and Design. Um,
Yeah. Let's see here.
let's see. We'll give it a few minutes if we can get a few more folks in here.
Yeah, call your friends and have them log on.
Yeah, it's just if we're going to, I've been wanting to do giveaways for a long time, but I tried one a long time ago. Well, not long after I did the switch from StreamYard to EBMux, and I wasn't that impressed with the giveaway tool. Well, I thought, I hadn't checked it out in probably a couple of years, so I thought, well, maybe they've improved it by now. And I looked, and it looks like it's the same old thing. But I thought, well, I don't even know if it'll work, but
I'll be right back.
we'll try it. So we may do a little giveaway here right at the end. I'll tell you. Here he says, I like the creator tie-ins for the different sets of bits. Okay. I guess I'm. This isn't a knock on Cody or anything because he's awesome. He has, I always say he's the real deal. He designs them and has a gazillion-dollar machine to make his own. As probably the only one that really does that among all those other jokers that sell bits. But one thing I'm not crazy about is when I go to look for a bit, I just want to know that it's a V groove or all these fancy names and stuff. I have trouble going, okay, let's see, that little B, what is that? I don't want to know that. I just want to know that it's what everybody else calls them because that's the way I think. I guess I'm just old school. My little pea brain won't remember those little nicknames and stuff he's got. But anyway, we will try to do. I was looking on there today to see, try to pick one to give away, and then I forgot that he had gift certificates, and I thought, well, that's what I'll do. I'll just do a gift certificate. That'll make it super easy. No shipping or anything on those, I don't think. So we'll see if we can get to 25 folks. We're at 23.
Well, while you were talking, we hit 25 and it's back down to 23.
Yeah, see, people are just stumbling in here and then going, "Oh, I didn't mean to click on that," and they leave. So, but we'll see if we can. We'll see.
24. We're at 24.
It's at we've been on here about 50 minutes. We'll see how many we have at 5 till, and if we've got 25, we'll do the giveaway and try it and see. I'll give it. We'll start it and give people 5 minutes to put the hashtag in there. And
I have 2 login IDs. Can I log in under both of them?
Paul, that's kind of cheating, buddy.
Hey, if it'll get us up to 25, you know.
Marcelo says, "Can it be one of those close enough?" See, we done dropped down. It's at 23 now. So,
Oh, we're at 25.
all right. Well, all right.
Now,
So,
let's see how long that lasts.
yeah, we'll see if it stays up there. We can sit here and admire the stormtrooper.
So while we're waiting, have you had your golf cart out lately?
I did, as a matter of fact. It's been so cold, and I haven't really wanted to. Yeah, gift card and a discount code. I don't know if Cody would accept the discount code with the gift card, but try it and see. He probably does. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I don't know. He might not, but yeah, it's worth the shot to try it. So, well,
Now we're
let's
down
go
to
ahead and
23.
bring up this other screen here, and everybody, we're going to put. It's the only one I can easily remember. We're going to put hashtag Jenny in the comments, and we will draw it here. If we can stay at 25, see, we're back down to 24 now. So,
Yeah.
can't even get people to hang around when you're going to give away stuff. All right. Well, that's what I mean. I really miss the giveaway tool that StreamYard used. That one was so cool, and it worked flawless every time. So, yeah, I can't. This thing keeps fluctuating. Went 23 down to 21, now back to 23.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't even know if this silly giveaway tool is going to work. I hope it'll work. I think it will.
Now we're up to 24.
Yeah, we're getting close.
So anyway, you were talking about your golf cart. You've had it out?
Oh yeah, I got like I said, we've had some kind of warm days here, and the other day, of course, I can't stay gone very long because with Bear, I don't know what he's going to get into. I'm definitely not going to take a neighborhood cruise and leave him in here. But yeah, I get in it and I'll just fly down the street, and then just turn around at the end of the street and then come back. Just because I hadn't been on it in a while. But I went down. I was going down the street, and just as I got down near the end of the street, my neighbor was pulling in, and he stopped. I hadn't talked to him in a long time. His wife has had cancer for, I don't know, probably last 4 or 5 years, I guess. And he told me that she had passed away a couple of weeks ago. So we were talking about that. But he used to have a golf cart. Him and his wife Donna used to come riding down here and they'd sit in their golf cart, and I'd be out here on my bench, and we'd have, talk about all the neighbors, old gossip session out there. But yeah, I think he was kind of impressed with that golf cart. He's like, man, got that thing fixed up pretty nice. I said, yeah, it's a little sketchy when you try to go real fast on it because
Have you
uh,
tried bearing it yet?
I have not. We got a long way to go with him on things because he is so skittish. But I have put my training collar on him that I got to work. I don't know if I told you about that. I had one of
No.
those. Some people call them shock collars. I don't like to call them that because they do more than just shock. They have a tone that you can do, and they have a vibrating thing that they can do. So you really don't need to put the shock on them because that vibrating thing freaks them out. And I put that on him the other day to go to the mailbox. And of course, he wasn't on the leash, so he thought he was going to be a smart ass and go wandering off. And he found out right quick when that thing vibrates, that scares the heck out of him. So he come running right back. So I think a few times with that, he usually don't take much. But the bad thing is I've had that thing setting up in the on the dash of my truck, so it's been in the sun, and it has ruined the little LED screen. So
Mm.
when you're clicking the modes, it's just blank screen. It doesn't work. So you don't know what you're on. So before I put it on him, I have to play around and poke the buttons until I hear it vibrate and go, okay, that's the one I want. I don't want to light him up, uh, that way. So, but, uh, but
I had
yeah,
a neighbor one time that had one of those for his dog, and he and his buddies would get around drinking, and then they'd have a contest on who could take the biggest shock from the shock collar.
yeah, I'm not going to try that. I'm
No,
not
me
going to
neither.
try it.
No. My
I've only
sister-in-law,
actually used the shock part one time, and that was years ago when I was trying to get him trained to know where the boundaries are of the property and stuff. And he saw a cat and he took off after that cat, and I lit him up about the time he got to where the edge of the property is. I never had a problem with him again, not one time. All you got to do is that one time.
Lit him up like a perp, huh?
He
my
it's
sis-
like those YouTube videos when they tase people.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
Taser! Taser!
yeah,
my sister-in-law's got one of those, and all she's got to do is grab onto the remote, and that dog just sits. Wherever it's at, he just sits.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. When you get them trained with that, all you got to do is pick up the remote. You don't even have to put the collar on them after a while because they
Yeah.
see that remote in your hand. They're like, I'm going to behave. I'm going to stay right here. So I was just very fortunate because, like I said, I had to use that with Rocky to get him trained. But then once I got him trained, and then in his later years, when Jack came along, I had both of them for about 3 years. I never had to teach Jack anything. Rocky taught Jack everything. He'd keep Jack in line. So, but now I don't have either one of them, and I got this knucklehead that's like that knucklehead Ryan's got a lot of puppy in him.
Oh my god.
So, all right, we can't seem to hold 25 folks. I don't know what the deal is here. Because you got to be here. You got to be here to claim it. You can't just sign up and then leave here. So, well, we're going to try this thing out. We'll see if this thing works. I hope it does. Like I said, it's going to be a $25 gift certificate to Cadence Manufacturing and Design. So, if you win, and make sure you send me an email or text message or Facebook message or however you want to do it. But send me your address so that I can put it on the thing, and Cody will get it right out to you. All right. Well, right at an hour. Let's try this thing. See if it even works. Down to 22. That's pretty sorry, but let's see what we got here. We're going to
That's
start
3
the
people
giveaway.
that won't get it.
Here we go. No, that spins pretty fast.
Yeah, it does.
That's not too bad. Earl Walker.
Walker.
Congratulations, Earl Walker. I think he's probably still out there. So send me an email, Earl. If you don't know you probably do know my email address, but if you don't, just go to the website and click on the little contact thing and fill it out that way. And
Yep, he's out there.
We'll get you. Yeah, he's out there. We'll get you that in the mail, and we will start doing these little giveaways. Now, let me just let y'all know this is why I really appreciate my channel member, Sean. I'll have to look. I don't even know if I got any more than him.
Roger's out there too.
Oh, okay. We got enough. Okay. Yeah. So, and I think Roger's been one for a long time, but I only have like 3 or 4, or I might not even have that many now. But you know, that really helps to do stuff like these little giveaways, because although I'm giving away gift certificates, and we'll hopefully can work up to where we're giving away router bits and stuff like that. Cody is not sponsoring these. I'm paying for these. So that's the difference. Cody was a long time sponsor. Back when we did the other show on Saturday nights, and we would have a good, 150 people watch those. So I just don't feel like it's fair for me to ask Cody to be a sponsor and give away a bit every week when, we've got the same 20. Now it's up to 27. Yeah. I don't know where those people come from, but yeah. So I'm all this is out of my pocket. So feel free to become a channel member if you want to. I'll start doing like Ryan and scrolling the channel members on the screen at the bottom like he does. So, which I need to go see how many I got. I never check it. I think last time I looked, I had, I think, 4. So anyway, all right. Well, Paul, you got anything? Let me go ahead and get us back on the other screen.
Bill's one now.
What'd you say?
Bill Stoffer.
Oh, all right.
Bill's
Good
deal.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. And everybody else should say thank you, Bill, because he's going to help us do these gift certificates and router bits we're going to give away. See if we can't build up the audience a little bit. I know it's a Wednesday night, and it's not much going on Wednesdays, but Paul, what you got going on? Anything? Any famous parting words you want to share with us?
Come on, spring. That's my parting words.
Yeah. Let's they said, what's his name? Ponce Phil or whatever. I can't even say it. The stupid old
the big rat
groundhog,
Yeah.
That's I don't know. They used to have the General Lee in Georgia. I don't know what happened to that one. I hadn't heard him say anything about that one, but anyway, supposed to have 6 more weeks of winter, but that was a couple of weeks ago, so we should only have about 4 weeks left now. So, Paul's Messy Workshop just became a member. Oh. Look at there, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. We're going to keep these giveaways going in with all that money rolling in. So, all right. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll be a member again.
You want to plug the where's that? Oh, here. Let's let Ryan plug his Saturday night gig here.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday nights, 9 o'clock. Making it up as we go. Paul, me, Sean. Um, we all we sit there and talk about the latest videos that have come out and whatever disasters that we're getting into. So come on, hang out.
Right.
All right. All right. Well, I guess we'll get on out of here then. Um, Everybody have a good rest of the week, a good weekend, and I guess we'll see y'all next week. Maybe we'll have another giveaway.
Ooh.
We'll see how it
Hey, all
goes.
right.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
See you, everybody.